Hey guys, welcome back to Star Citizen. As always guys, thank you so much for joining me for a brand new Star Citizen video. Let's get this started. So check this out guys, we're back on Hurston and here it is. This is the Tumbril Nova tank. So yeah, Star Citizen finally has a tank. That's all this game needed, right guys? A tank. That's the whole thing. That was the thing that was keeping up this whole game from progressing forward. A tank. Now I'm joking, guys. I'm joking. I love tanks. I love combat, and I love tanks, modern combat, fighter jets, and stuff like that. So here is the Tumbril Nova tank. So this thing has been in development for a very long time. The tank was announced quite a long time ago, and here it is. It's finally here. Check it out. Tracks, link pins and all, sprockets, wheels, suspension, the whole lot. Camouflage, check out that woodland camouflage. How awesome is that? The Tumbril Nova tank is finally here, and it is armed to the teeth, and it is quite relevant that we're here on Hurston, because the main gun of the tank, which is a size 5 cannon, ballistic cannon known as the Slayer, that's what it's called. It's called the Slayer. Is developed by Hurston Dynamics. So Hurston Dynamics develops weapons, if you guys didn't know that. And this tank, the Nova tank, is armed with, as I said, a size 5 main gun. It is also armed with a twin size 2 laser repeaters. And it also has 8 size 2 missiles. How awesome does that look? Now, just for a size comparison, this is a giant tank. It's tall. It's very, very tall. That is the most distinct feature between this tank and a real, true modern tank. This thing is absolutely crazy tall. Just check this out. Modern tanks tend to be much, much lower. Just check this out. Modern tanks tend to be much, much more lower to the ground. Now, there is a reason for that. There is an actual military reason for that. They want the tanks to have the lowest possible amount of silhouette, but without obviously compromising comfort and, of course, the internals of the tank. So let's go ahead and get inside. So you don't get inside the tank through the top, through a hatch or anything like that, like modern tanks. You come up and enter from behind the tank, sort of like a modern day M3 Bradley or some of those other armored fighting vehicles where you enter and exit the vehicle from behind. Now, welcome to the Tumbril Nova tank. Let's go ahead and close the hatch. Here it is. Wow, power plant. What is that, a size 1? Shield generator. Check out that tiny shield generator. Wow. Nice. And this is the inside of the tank in terms of dimensions. You guys can see you could stand upright in here, no problems, absolutely no problems. So components in here, you can fix them. You can cooler. Check out that tiny cooler. Very nice, very cool. Rifle rack, yes, that's where we can store our rifles. So the tank is manned by it has basically three positions. So it has the driver's position, a support position, and a gunner's position. So this is the gunner's seat right here. Now, one thing, if you guys know anything about armor, if you guys know it, let me go ahead and turn off the engine. That humming noise is going to drive me crazy. Let me go ahead and get inside the seat, driver's seat for a second. Oh, thank God. That humming noise was driving me crazy. So, if you guys know anything about modern tanks, they have turret baskets. So they have a basket inside the tank that is moving around. Now, generally, the driver is the only position inside a tank that is not sitting inside the turret basket. The commander, the loader, and of course the gunner all sit inside the turret basket. But this thing doesn't have a turret basket. It just has a gunner's position right here. And of course, it has a driver's position and a support position. Now, this is starting to show CIG's lack of military knowledge. Yeah, the driver's position is fine. You could call out the driver's position, but this shouldn't be support. This should be the commander's seat. Should be driver, commander, gunner. While the driver drives the tank, the gunner shoots the gun, and the coaxial, and the missiles and everything. The commander will be commanding both of these two guys, and he'll be looking out for instructions, taking care of communications, and of course looking out for more targets to hand over to the gunner to go ahead and engage with the main gun. So let's go ahead and get inside the gunner seat. Now I hope we can use the main gun with the engines being turned off. Yeah, it still rotates. And it gives you an azimuth as well, down the bottom left. Very cool. It doesn't give us any ranging information, I don't think. Of course, we should have like a laser rangefinder, different types of sights, thermal sights, day and night sights. Of course, lead calculation, basically a whole ballistics computer. You know, we can't fire the gun. We can't fire the gun, unfortunately, because the tank is off. We're going to go ahead and turn on the tank. But that humming noise absolutely drives me crazy. Here's our M2 Hercules Starlifter. Very nice. So that's the gunner seat. Of course, you have the optics for the gunner. Let's go ahead and get out. So yeah, this is the Tumbrel Nova tank. Let's get inside the driver's seat. So you can access the turret from the main gun, I should say. You can fire the main gun either from the driver's position or from the gunner's position. Cool. So you can either fire the main gun either through remote access turret here, as such, where you can actually drive the tank and use the gun. Hey, check it out. So you can do both. You can drive the tank and use the gun too, but just the main gun, not the coaxial or the missiles. Let's go ahead and take a shot at that top of that ridge right there. Of course, accounting for bullet drop. But it's really, really nice. But as soon as you try and zoom in, of course, there are no levels of zoom. It takes you out of the remote turret. So, of course, you can drive the tank like this. But it's extremely loud. Now, the number one enemy, the Achilles heel to the Tumbrel Nova tank isn't another tank. It's not a spaceship. It's not all that. It's a tree. It is a tree, guys. The trees will knock you over. The trees will flip you over, and the branches are absolutely deadly. If they get caught in this tank, you won't be able to maneuver. So eventually, we're going to have to get new tree tech. Tree tech, where the trees can fall down if you hit them with a tank. So let's go ahead and get inside the support position. And let's fire the coaxial. Alright. Remote turret. Yeah. So this is what I would call the coaxial, or the light machine gun. Now at the moment, as I said, it's only equipped with 2 laser repeaters. Now if I can change this, I will immediately change it to 2 ballistic Gatling guns. Nice. So I guess this is used against infantry or light-skinned vehicles, or probably against spacecraft, against aircraft, whatever. So it gives us elevation and azimuth, but no ranging information as such. Let's go ahead and lock, so you can lock stuff as well with the main gun and with the coaxial. So that's the Hercules Starlifter. So it's giving us ranging information now, obviously, once we lock something. Now, I'm not sure if you can... No. Okay. So we can't lock him with missiles. You need to do that from the main gun position. Let's go ahead and do that. Actually, you know what? It's probably better from the driver's seat. because we can maneuver shift the whole tank because the missile launchers are fixed. You guys can see the missile launchers at the back. Those are fixed. Those aren't able to pivot. So again, this tank has neutral steering, where you can just pivot in place. And of course, a tank, for those of you not familiar with how tanks work, tanks turn by basically stopping or reversing one track and then making the other track go forward. That's how tanks basically turn around and maneuver. Alright, let's go ahead and get inside the remote turret. And let's go ahead and lock up the M2. There we go. We can lock missiles too. We can lock missiles. Now, I'm not gonna go ahead. I'm not gonna shoot the M2 over there. But you guys get the idea. So when you lock a thing, it will give you where to shoot. It will give you a pip on where to shoot and hit. So I guess that's part of the whole ballistics and targeting computer as well. Now this driving and gunning position is really overpowered, guys. Why would you need a gunner? Why would you have a second or a third person in the tank if you can do it all by yourself? So that's kind of discouraging that team play. That does look awesome. Looks absolutely fantastic. So if you're in the driver's seat and you're in the external view, that's how you can use the gun. That's how you can, wow, get these awesome shots with the main gun firing. Let's go again. Wow. Very cool. One more time. Wow. And they've done a great job at making the tank actually feel like it has inertia. They've done a great job at making the tank feel heavy. Like some of the tank games, like some of I don't want to name names, but some tank games out there that only do tanks don't have their tanks this nicely modeled, to be honest, guys. Like, this tank actually feels like it has weight behind it. It takes time for it to stop. It takes time for it to stop, and it feels like it's heavy as it's rolling down on the track, on the ground. It's quite fast too. Very, very fast. And really quick to stop. Really nicely quick to stop. And the reverse gear. Very nice. Very cool tank. Very nice tank. Let's go ahead and turn it off. So yeah, this is the Nova Tumbrel Nova tank. So what you gonna need a tank for, guys? Are you guys interested in buying a tank? Are you guys gonna buy the tank? What are you gonna use it for? Now, I personally don't know what to use this tank for. Like, I'm thinking about it, like, what could I use this for? Maybe if you have, like, a base. Now, notice the gun has retracted. Notice how the gun has retracted once you turn it off. That's designed to make you be able to store the tank inside a Starlifter in a more compact way. So, what would you use a tank for? To protect your ground base? To do what? Like, I don't like, outside the military, outside the UEE, I don't know what you would use a tank for, honestly. Unless, of course, you do, like, mercenary work. I mean, are you allowed to take out tanks anywhere? Like, in the future, when the game is ready, would they allow that? So that's a whole bunch of questions that need to be answered. And you guys might see, if you're into tanks, you'd know that this armor is really nicely sloped. Really nicely sloped. And we have some bolt-on armor as well. I don't see any reactive armor. But once the actual physicalized armor is in the game, this thing should be really beefy, really nicely armored. So yeah, really nice sloping, really tall, big silhouette though. Tank, but really nicely modeled and really fun to use. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for for watching this video on the Tumbril Nova tank. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more videos on Star Citizen, please go ahead and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time.